Hello and welcome to our Market Alert video for today, which is November 1, 2024. And I hope this video reaches you healthy, wealthy, and wise. I am Ken Moraif. I'm the founder and CEO of Retirement Planners of America. And we are a firm that specializes in the creation of SCWPS. And if you don't know what SCWPS are, well, that's the acronym for Second Childhood Without Parental Supervision. So when a client of ours retires, we call them a SCWPer, and we tell them to get out of here, go play, have fun, enjoy. Let us worry about all this boring financial stuff for you. So I'm glad you've joined us. Our website is rpoa.com. We have a lot to talk about, so I want to dive into it. But before I do, I just got to say, with Halloween just having been last night, it's kind of bittersweet for me, actually a little melancholy, because, I remember when my daughters, I have three daughters, when they were younger and they did the trick-or-treating. And what I miss especially about Halloween is that my daughters are like my little salespeople. I dressed them up in costumes. I sent them out to go procure candy for me. And, when they brought all the bags home and when they went out to get more, I would sift through and take all the Jolly Ranchers and all the hard candy out because that was for me. That's why I sent them out. It's not for them. And before you judge, just remember they were little and they didn't know. They didn't know the difference. So you know what? It's a win-win. Anyhow, the jobs numbers came in. 12,000 new jobs created in the entire economy of the United States. The worst number in years, but yet the market went up. Why on earth did that happen? Well, the reason why is because the jobs numbers are now bringing back on the table what had been kind of taken off the table, which was the Fed lowering interest rates. So when they lowered interest rates by 0.5%, 50 basis points, a lot of talk, including with us, and we still believe it, said that this was a mistake. They overdid it. Inflation was not coming down yet. And so by them lowering interest rate, all they're doing is adding fuel to the fire of inflation when they're supposed to be doing the opposite. And so we still believe, and we'll see here soon, but we think inflation is going to start going back up again. And so the conversation had become that the Fed now is not going to lower interest rates anymore. And that's bad news for businesses and others who want cheap money, right? That's borrowing costs are low. Consumers go spend more because they have more purchasing power, et cetera, et cetera. So that was a good thing. The stock market liked that. Well, when the news became no, inflation's heating up and all that, now they're not going to do that. That's bad news. So the market was selling off. And then we got the data that said, nope, the jobs are terrible. And in fact, maybe they were heading into, joblessness and layoffs. Oh no, that's a good thing because now they'll lower interest rates after all. The schizophrenia of investors is really remarkable and actually to me quite amusing. I think what you have to do is look past it, look longer term. And our view is that a year from now, interest rates are going to be lower than they are today. And so that will bode well for the stock market and also for the bond market. And so because of that, we continue to be bullish. Now, in the interim, one of the things that is kind of interesting to look at is that there is what's called the Trump trade, right? So in other words, which are the stocks and which are the investments that should do well if Donald Trump wins the White House? And those stocks have been going up quite significantly. In fact, if you look at the chart, the stocks that favor a Harris presidency have been going down, and the ones that favor a Trump presidency have been going up. But one of the things that could happen is Harris could win the election, and if she does, we think you'll see a recalibration. In other words, all the stocks that people were buying because they thought Trump was going to win will get sold off, and they'll buy the ones that now will go up because Harris is the president. So again, the schizophrenia of investors. Be that as it may, a correction or something of that sort, we still perceive it to be a buying opportunity, not something to be overly concerned about and run for the hills. As you guys know, we have a strategy we call invest and protect. which, because we work with people who are over 50, who are retired or retiring soon, we believe that growth is important, but protection of principal is even more important. And so because of that, we have a strategy that says buy, yes, hold, yes, but sell as well. And in fact, it told us to sell the day before the pandemic was announced. And you know how much down the market went after that. It also told us to sell back in 2007, November, before the stock market crash of 2008. So we believe it's important to have a strategy to protect you on the downside if you're over 50, retired, or retiring soon. And by the way, if you're watching this video, I would advise you to have such a strategy. And if you don't, certainly visit with us. But point being, if we do get a correction, which is a drop of more than 10% because of the results of the election or because of whatever stuff happens with regard to the elections, we believe that it will not reach our sell signal. It will not tell us to sell. And therefore, I encourage you to subscribe to this video to get so you get it brought to you automatically, and you can keep track of our view of what's going on and whether it's time to get out and panic or whether it's play through or not. So once again, I want to encourage you to subscribe to this video. I want to encourage you to go and subscribe to our podcast. We had over 295,000 downloads of our podcast over the last 12 months, which is mind-blowing to me. I want to thank everybody who did that. And the other thing I want to make sure you do is go and vote, okay? Your vote counts. No matter which state you are in, no matter how red or blue leaning it is, and you feel your vote doesn't count, it does. This is going to be razor thin, it looks like, and if that's the case, every single vote counts. So go exercise your civic duty. I forgot to wear my little sticker that says I voted, but I have voted. You go out and vote. It's important. It's what we do in this country. It's a privilege that we have that many people around the world don't have. So please go out and vote. So that's where we sit. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll talk soon.